lazy Sunday morning here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a little bit snowy. Oh, it's not a lot of snow, but it's more than I've seen since I moved from Massachusetts. So anyway, I'm just enjoying some coffee in the middle of the day. My husband's out shopping right now, and so I just texted him and asked him to bring home some Baileys to add to this. And I'm gonna make some spaghetti sauce to bring with me on the trail. Just using a can of Hunt's tomato basil, and then I'm gonna add tomato paste and a pepper and some onion that I'm chopping really small, and I'm gonna pre-cook, just fry them up and then put them in the sauce, because I just have heard that they should be cooked first and that they would dehydrate better that way, I guess. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to put more onions than I normally would in here, because once I'm on the trail I really crave vegetables, and I'd rather have a ton of vegetables, just peppers and onions, to be honest, and I'd rather have too many than not enough, even if it's mostly peppers and onions with a little bit of spaghetti sauce. It's really the vegetables I crave out there, so I'll just cook a little bit too many. Now, I didn't put any oil in this frying pan, and I'm not going to cook them all the way through. I'm just going to get them started and then put them in. But I didn't want to add extra oil, because dehydrating anything that has any fat or oil could cause it to go rancid. So I'm just going to cook them a bit without any oil, any butter, anything like that, just in the dry pan. And, you know, hope for the best, I guess. And now the pepper. And again, I'm going to cut this really small. Usually I like big chunks of peppers in my sauce. I like a nice chunky vegetable-y type of spaghetti sauce, but I'm going to cut them really small because I don't know how they'll dehydrate. And the smaller the item you're dehydrating, the better, because you really need that surface area for all that dry air to get at and really dry out the food. So I don't want to take any chances, so I'll compromise the consistency so that I don't get sick out there on the trail. Husband is home from the market. Please, oh please, tell me he got my text and that he brought home some Baileys. So it was suggested that I use like a ziti or something instead of spaghetti, but I don't have that. So because the spaghetti, I guess, is sharp and will poke holes in my bag. I don't know the reason why. What?
My bag.
So maybe I'll just break this up into tiny pieces and pour it in the boiling water. Whoa. And you can help cook.
I can help cook.
You can help cook. Alright, so I'm going to break this up into tiny pieces. So hopefully these little, by breaking it into tiny pieces. Yeah, because I'm just looking at myself there with my great old flannel shirt, and I look like I'm huge. I'm really not this wide.
You look like Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain? Why does he look like that? Flannel? Oh. There, maybe even smaller. If I poke holes in my Ziploc bags because I didn't listen to my friend Tina, the Smoky Mountain Angel, go to her YouTube channel. If I have holes in my bag, Tina, you can say, I told you so. Okay, I don't have the fruit leather tray. This is just like a grid, and so if I put spaghetti sauce in here, it's gonna be a mess. I know the viewers can't see this, but my son is recording this, and he's just.
All I did was smile. I didn't do anything.
Because I don't have these. This is impossible.
What if I hold it this way so I can see you?
Oh yeah.
What a brilliant. What a.
Okay, stop. Okay, so Dehydrated doesn't have the fruit leather tray. It's just a grid. If I put spaghetti sauce in this, it's going to be quite disastrous. And I can't keep a straight face because you can't see him, but my son is filming this, and he's just too cute. I can't stand it. So anyway, I'm going to use parchment paper. And I've just traced it, right? I've just traced and I'm going to cut this and then line the tray with the parchment paper. And then put the spaghetti sauce on this, and then the spaghetti sauce is going to go off of the parchment, down the grid, into the dehydrator, and burn and make a complete disaster. I'm not sure how this is going to work out.
Why are you laughing?
What? Okay. I'm not good with scissors, sharp objects, glitter, the kitchen. These are not my talents. I shouldn't use sharp objects. What are you doing?
We got you over here.
I did it! Let's see if it fits. What do you think? Drum roll. But you know what? When I put the sauce on, it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna work out very well. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay. This looks delicious. And if I want to add ground beef once I'm out there, then I can do that on the trail. But this just has peppers and onions in it. Spread it out thin, as you do when you're dehydrating, as you want as much surface space. The air needs to get at every possible edge and crevice to dry it out, so there's no moisture left at all. This one I'll be a little more at ease with because there's no meat involved. I mean, you still don't want any bacteria or anything. Are going rancid, but I feel just a little bit safer when there's no meat. And I love vegetables. I could easily be a vegetarian if somebody cooked for me. Alright, so I think that's a thin enough layer for one tray. What I need to look at is the cost of that can of sauce, 1 onion, 1 pepper, and what, a half a box of spaghetti, and calculate, because this is going to be about 3 meals. So I want to look at the cost per meal compared to buying like Mountain House and, you know. Okay. going to start on a higher setting and maybe lower it in about an hour. All right, it's been about actually probably 2 hours. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually starting to get hard. I'm going to keep it at, no, I'm going to lower it just a teeny bit. Just a little bit. And then I'll spread it around. I'm going to give it another hour and then kind of flip it all over and mix it out. It should be all set to sit there until bedtime, so I won't fuss with it. I'll just let it sit there and dehydrate. All right, it's been about 3 more hours. The first 2 trays, the top tray was really dry. The middle one's still moist, and this is the bottom one, which I thought would be the driest, but it's still pretty moist. So I'm just breaking it apart so that all the moist noodles all those moist noodles can get some air circulation around them. It's dry enough that it's not really snapping. I don't know, this is taking longer than I thought it would. It might not work. I might have to leave it all night while I go to bed. I'm surprised that it's taking so long. It's dried like a what? A stretchy piece of leather. It's not breaking very easily, so that's good because it's drying, but it's still wet on the inside. So I'm gonna break it all up, keep the heat on, probably go to bed, and I'll be back with you in the morning. I actually had an idea. Now that it's dried enough and I'm not worried about the sauce sliding through the tray, I'm actually going to remove the parchment, and I think that will help the air circulation for sure. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll do that to each tray, and I think that might help to get it dry faster. Okay, so several hours later, much longer than I expected. It is now dry and crumbly and disgusting looking, but I'll try rehydrating and heating up a little bit, just a few mouthfuls just to make sure that it tastes great. And then I'll be ready to bag it up in a Ziploc and stick it in the freezer till I'm ready to hit the trail.